Hello, my name is Alexipukanikan, and we're balling today, tomorrow, and most definitely yesterday. At what cost? And this energy is dying out because it's just so damn hot outside. Even as a Finn, living in Finland, where it's just darkness and icy coldness most of the year, I don't think I can handle this warmth right now. This is incredible. I can't sleep. I have no energy. I have none. Right? And it seems to be this new era where we're just going to hop on this, we're going to just accept this weather change. And that's kind of what happened in Spa-Francorchamps. Right? I'm not saying nothing, but there was a lot of trickery with maybe trying to control the weather a little bit. Why are we trying to play God, dude? God almost gave us 2 wet weather racing weekends in a row, and yet the FIA couldn't accept. The new era of drivers, the rookies, they couldn't accept. Even the lap before the race start, these some of these young bucks or whatever, they're going like, no, but it's still visibility is not good. While even before we even got the red flag, everything, Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, all these other vets were ready to go. Visibility is bad, but we got balls. Right? This is why we get paid millions. It's because we got balls like no one others. But right now it's looking a little sketchy. Yes, granted, Silverstone was horrific for the freaking rookies. Right? Ollie Behrman, the only one who didn't crash out in Silverstone. But we take a little bit of a break and it's raining, and what are we going to do? We're going to delay the race start. We're just going to yank the chain, dude. I was already there sitting, sweating my balls off. At least give me a race start. Are you fucking kidding me? The veterans were ready to go. The experienced guys were ready to go. I'm beginning to think that the Hulkenberg podium in Silverstone came at the ultimate cost, where now the rookies have the say in things because we can't drive a little bit more extra careful in the rain. So now when Hulkenberg is able to capitalize, get the podium, now let's stop wet weather racing, because no, that only happens once. Now we want a rookie up on the podium, right? And yet still the veterans did what they could. I'm just saying that other than the McLarens, there might have been a couple of cars right there that got a little screwed, like Verstappen, like Lewis Hamilton, and like my boy Carlos Sainz, who chose to set up their car for the wet weather racing, and then once all the delayed happens, it was barely a wet weather race and mostly a dry race. So what in the hell are we doing? Verstappen, yes, he did what he could. I mean, Leclerc very, very well was able to overtake him and hold him off from the whole race, even though Verstappen did close in and was putting quite a lot of pressure on Charles Leclerc. But another podium for him. Congratulations. But I'm just saying, if Verstappen would have gone, let's just say, half a Spa in the wet and he was ready to go, I think lap 1 Verstappen would have taken both of the McLaren boys' heads. And Lewis Hamilton, yes, driver of the day once again for a P7. He said it himself. The GOAT himself said it in the press conference, still a weekend to forget. When the F1 driver, when the F1 driver fandom is so delusional that they vote him for driver of the day when he got a P7 and he himself says it's a forgettable weekend, I think there's a disconnect there. I think maybe there are some fans who are delusional. And while I say that, I'm putting this up there because, ladies and gentlemen, if you're such a big Lewis Hamilton fan, I genuinely think if Lewis Hamilton, with that setup, how he was flying through the grid on the wets, if they actually did the start when it was supposed to start and there was no delay from the FIA, I think Hamilton would have gotten his first podium on a Sunday with Ferrari. And yet we are here delusionally celebrating, oh, P7, oh my God, Sir Lewis Hamilton, the GOAT is back. Look at him making up the positions. Yes, of course, yes, some positives, but like Lewis Hamilton said, still a forgettable weekend. Let's stop the delusions, okay? That's at least what the veterans have to offer. Verstappen, this is what I could do. Leclerc did well, but realistically, I don't think I was ever going to catch up to him. And Carlos Sainz. How many times does the universe want to screw my boy Carlos Sainz? At this point, I'm not going to talk about it. You see what's up there. And I have unwavering faith for who he's truly my brother. You see this? You see this now? That's delusion. That's the delusion that actually works. Carlos Sainz, please. Please. Chili smooth operator, please. You know what I'm saying? But the fans who voted Lewis Hamilton driver of the day when he scored a P7 can actually stop it with their delusions. And I love Lewis Hamilton. I am a fan. I think he is the GOAT of all GOATs. But he has a point to prove. Forgettable weekend for Carlos Sainz as well. And he took it. You know, he took it up on, like he said that he suggested the setups or the change in setups, and it just didn't pan out for him. And I think Sainz, you need to go back to just like doing what Alex Albon is doing, but try to do it better than him instead of trying to like a alternative thing. But that's just me like speaking to you like man to man, you know what I'm saying, brother to brother. Carlos Sainz, I'm praying for you. It's coming back in Hungary. Bless up. You're going to get that something to make you rest easy into the summer holiday. And I think that is what is the ultimate point for the McLaren dudes right now. Okay, we have Hungarian GP coming right up this weekend, back-to-back race weekends, and then summer holiday hits. And as of right now, Piastri has the upper hand. Lando Norris lost out that pole to win conversion fair and square. Piastri knows he also kind of took that dub fair and square. Right? It's just what it is. Norris, you know, he said what he said with like, you know, that's the disadvantage for getting pole position. But yeah, Piastri did what he did, and even though he was in the worst tire, in my opinion, to try to stretch till the end, he was on the mediums, Norris was on the hards. Norris wasn't able to make up enough ground. He was close. It was once again like they were pretty toe on toe, like. And I think that's what gets a little bit scary now because 16 points between them. It's still very, very close. 16 points. You know, it is kind of like a back and forth who wins it. That's the pace that's kind of being set right now. And I think both men are going to be on the absolute limit, trying to have a peace of mind going into the summer break. But these two men, George Russell, Mercedes, Kimi Antonelli, this is when you're kind of there. This is when you are a little bit concerned, because I always thought Mercedes was more consistent than Ferrari, and yet now it's just slowly. When there was momentum that you could have hung on to, somehow the momentum completely dissipates. And it's in the fucking nether realm of where the fuck did it go? Ever since Canada, which was the first week kind of June, second week of June, it's just been a horrible ride. It's been a fucking nightmare. And even before, it wasn't necessarily the smoothest ride, considering Monaco happened quite in same relation to Canada. But Canada, you get the George Russell win and Kimi Antonelli with the podium. And now, a couple months afterwards, month and a half afterwards, Antonelli has not scored a single point since his podium. Granted, Silverstone wasn't his fault, but two DNFs on his belt since the podium, while George Russell has scored 2 P5s and 1 P10 since his win. And what he said to the press about Spa-Francorchamps was, yeah, like P5 is a very flattering, like, you know, like he didn't even think that P5 is like, that was because I kind of like pulled it to the P5, but otherwise it's rough. And this is when I think Ferrari should start capitalizing on the moment and at least establish themselves as the second place constructors championship, you know. So George Russell, I'm praying for you. Kimi Antonelli, I'm praying for you. You guys don't deserve this, and especially when George Russell kind of says it was like somehow we kind of decisions were made to change it this way. I kind of don't know if this is the right direction, but let's see if we can pull it back. It's a roller coaster season. I think it's a little bit like that with the Mercedes engine cars other than McLaren. I think McLaren are the only one team to really capitalize on the Mercedes engine in this season, because ups and downs, and same for the Williams team. Alex Albon, P6, but even P6 could have been better. It's weird. Alex Albon, Williams, obviously a P6 is a great result for the team. But, of course, I already talked about this, but Carlos Sainz maybe should just be there as well. And we should be inching closer to be able to fight some top teams. And Alex Albon wants to, of course, you know, seems to have battles with George Russell and those kind of guys one way or another each race weekend. And Alex Albon still, though, P6, got to tip the hat back to the regular ways. As it should be. Bortoleto points, second time this season in his rookie season. Congratulations, PA as well. And Ollie Behrman, I have to shout him out because this is just miserable, and I think it's just like he's obviously been performing pretty consistently and doing his best. Ollie Behrman, fourth race weekend in a row. Fourth race weekend. Fourth. So in like 2 months. Fourth race weekend in a row, scoring P11. He scored P11 4 race weekends in a row. What the hell is going on? It's like a curse now. He feels like this is a curse. So Ollie Behrman, I hope you get into the points at the Hungarian GP. And I have to admit, at this point, the rookie class is cooking. Like everyone's pretty even. Except for the Alpine fiasco. Like they're just, but let's just not talk about it. That second seat is, how do you even go against Pierre Gasly? But Bortoleto scoring points, Antonelli podium, Isak Hadjar went on a point scoring streak, Liam Lawson now doing way better and fighting for points positions, and Ollie Behrman, horrible streak of luck, but he's shown that he can obviously get into the points. This is a pretty great rookie class. But it's just, hey guys, let's not complain about the wet weather racing. You guys are trying to prove that you're men now, not just boys racing expensive go-karts. Okay? I love you boys, but now I'm almost like Unk compared to you guys. I gotta drop some fucking knowledge. But a fantastical rookie class. Thanks for bringing in the freaking entertainment. I think pretty much from P5 downwards, I can expect a rookie to be there every single race weekend. So shout out to the rookies. Congratulations. But again, visibility is not an issue. Okay? You see that? You see those checks coming into your bank account? All right. Visibility is no issue when you're going 300 kilometers per hour. Right? So then we go into the Hungarian GP. I think I want to put a lot of weight on the fact that this is the last race before the summer break. Okay, after this race, a month. We're going to have to wait a month, about a month, to see racing once again returning in Zandvoort. And it's almost pretty sad because I kind of like Zandvoort, but they're not. It's probably the last time they're going to be racing there. In the near future, who knows? Maybe it changes. However, Hungarian GP, one of the most legendary tracks of modern F1, I think. And to be honest, for a long time, a lot of crazy shit has happened there. But I think this is the weekend that Ferrari make their ultimate comeback and start setting a pace for the second half of the season. Ferrari, I still haven't lost hope. I find it pretty impressive that you're second in the team standings right now. So the tensions and the margins are high in the McLaren club, right? Between Norris and Piastri. They know they're very shoulder to shoulder right now in terms of pace, in terms of performance. I think Ferrari take this opportunity to fire back against Red Bull, against Mercedes, but also against McLaren. I'm not saying they're making for the ultimate push to fight for the teams, but maybe fight for the wins. All right? Hamilton has won 8 times at the Hungaroring. And Leclerc always does well in lower speed tracks. I think maybe we get a Mr. Saturday sighting. Maybe we see Hamilton one stopper, really massage the tires to the podium. Something like this to prove that, okay, no, we got this second half of the season. We're picking up the pace here, right? We see that Mercedes are struggling. We see they've kind of lost their momentum through the summer. Let's start gaining the momentum. I want to see something, okay? I want to see something. And on that topic, I want to see something. This the new era. The young guns fighting for the World Drivers' Championship. These McLaren dudes, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, show me something. Let's bang the wheels out a little bit. Let's collide into each other to see who's really going to win. Let's make contact. Let's do it. Let's provide the fans a little bit of fun. Last year that we were there, it was a bitter ending. No one liked that. No one liked that. Piastri didn't like that. Norris didn't like it. The team didn't like it. Norris didn't like how Spa shaped out for him. Piastri maybe a little bit frustrated that he got put on the mediums instead of the hards. And, of course, Silverstone was also one of the more frustrating races he's ever had. Oscar Piastri. So, I don't know what order it's going to go. Like, who gets the pole position or the grid position ahead of one another, but I think there's going to be a little bit of contact. Let's make that fun for everybody. Okay. And with that being said, I'm going to say pole position is going to be Leclerc. And with the race win being Leclerc. Can you believe it? No, I cannot. I cannot believe that I said it, but I believe. I think something weird is gonna happen once again with Team Papaya, Hungarian. Oh my God, Hungarian GP, GP. Oh my God, yeah. Because both men wanna, like Norris wants a smooth summer. He don't want this tension, you know what I'm saying? He wants a clear, like, okay, I'm better than Oscar, right? While Oscar wants to just be like, okay, that wasn't that bad. Can I do it again? And if he doesn't do it again, I think it's gonna rub him a wrong way going into Zandvoort, going into the summer holiday. Of course, I already said this, but Carlos Sainz and Williams, pace will be there for the smooth operator. So let's just make it. Let's just get out of the way of the collisions because there will be a couple. And then otherwise, pit while you're supposed to pit, and we will be there. I don't know where, but we will be there. And Kimi Antonelli, I hope he gets back into the points. It's been no fun for him since Canada. He's had a pretty down bad summer, and it sucks when you're a teenager making millions, making millies, and your workplace is like making you, like your performance at work is making you like very sad. It's not fun, dude. It's not fun. A lot of trash talking on social. It's not fun, dude. So let's hope that Kimi Antonelli can get back to the points. I'm going to reiterate. Hungarian GP pole. I am going to put... you know what? I'm going to put Piastri. I have faith in Piastri, but then the win, I'm gonna give it to Leclerc. I'm not even he deserves it, bro. He's gone through enough. You know what I'm saying? And I hope Hamilton will be up on the podium, right? Or maybe even P2. Okay, but let's just believe in ourselves, Ferrari. Okay, because I believe in you. Seriously. And in terms of Verstappen, Verstappen, just take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Just take it chill. You've done enough to enjoy your summer holiday. All right, no more Christian Horner yapping in your ears. All right, about extra simulator sessions. All right, I think that's pretty much it, guys. very hot out here that it's making me feel miserable. However, that's the thing. I'm like, dude, if air conditioning actually existed in this country, it wouldn't be a thing. Like, you can go to the world's hottest countries as long as if you go indoors, there's air conditioning, you're good. You can stay alive. You're not cranky all the time. That's why when there was the Esport World Championship still going on right now in Riyadh, I want to fucking hit that shit. That sounds freaking amazing. I saw the crowd. They seemed pretty alive and pretty international. And congratulations to the COD champs, but now also EWC champs, Optic Gaming, Green Wall, back to back. That's just how they do it. That's how Shotzi and Dashy just do it then. Dashy going in the book. Everyone's going in the books at this point. Even Mercules comes in rookie, just, wins the first event with Optic and then just wins the second. Like it's absolutely insane. So congratulations to Optic Gaming. I think they are the ultimate superstar team now. Hex can be happy about he's just done enough now. First COD organization to go back-to-back championships, world championships. Incredible season. I know there's going to be a lot of roster mania going on, but I'll try to keep up with that, and hopefully BO7 is somewhat good, because I have to admit I think the BO6 maps were not as good as the MW3 maps. I'm still trying to make Diamond 1 though, so who the fuck gives a fuck what I say, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm trying to say is soon I'm going to try to convince a brother to go with me to freaking EWC, because that looks amazing. Shout out to the Saudis, man. Shout out to those guys, man, with the oil money and with the fresh drip with the thing on, because they're making it happen in the sports world. Canelo Crawford, it's happening. I'd consider to go there. EWC, I'm considering to go there. Fuck all these countries where there's no air conditioning and you think you could smoke a cigarette outside, except now they're not even letting you soon smoke cigarettes outside. Like Paris and shit. You're not allowed to. What? I thought that was the whole point. It's that it's not that hot, it's not burning hot, and you can smoke a cigarette outside. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. It's summer, it's hot. I'm trying to get the energy up, but it's pretty it's groggy. It's so groggy. And surprisingly humid, I have to say. Great stuff. I think that's about that. Keeping it short because we're just trying to enjoy the last bit of summer holiday. I think I'm going back to work in a week and a half. I don't even know when I'm going back to work. That's how fucking hard I'm chilling right now. For real. Message in a bottle. I think that's it. No, I'm going to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a simple, short episode. Let's have fun for the Hungaroring experience. Maybe a little bit of wet weather racing that doesn't get interrupted. And Hamilton, do something. I love you. Stay ballin'. See you guys next week.